Hello, welcome back. So now in this part, we will solve an example. So it says determine the moment of inertia for the rectangular area shown in figure with respect to centroidal x-axis, B, the axis xb passing through the base of the rectangle, and the pole or z-axis perpendicular to the x-axis and y-axis plane and passing through the centroid C. So for example, if I make the rectangle, the rectangle will be something like this. And if we consider part A, now in this it is asking to determine the moment of inertia about x-axis, centroidal x-axis. So the centroid of this rectangle will be somewhere here. So we have already seen in the previous lecture how do we find out centroid, how do we locate centroid. So say centroid of this rectangle will be same here, and axis passing through the centroid, say this is x-axis and this is say y-axis. So in the first part, we have to find out moment of inertia about centroidal x-axis. So in that case, as I have explained in the previous part, the procedure, we have to first select a differential strip. Now here the boundaries are straight. So as I said that if we have to find out moment of inertia any particular axis, we simply take differential element or differential strip parallel to that axis. So here in our case, we have to find out moment of inertia about x-axis. So we will be taking a strip. For example, the strip, say this one is the strip, which will be having a differential element, differential thickness, say what should be the differential thickness, say for example uh, dy, and the length of this strip will be say b. If I say that this is the width b of this rectangle, and the total depth of this triangle, sorry, this rectangle, say is h. As now generally, as you can see, in this case, we are supposed to find out moment of inertia about x-axis. So the axis about which we are supposed to find out moment of inertia, we take that axis as the origin axis or the 0, 0 axis. So now you can see the area of this rectangle is below 0, 0 axis or x-axis and also above the axis. So considering that above the depth of, I mean above area is positive and the below area is negative. So I can divide this area into two parts. Say this is positive h by 2 and this is negative h by 2, because I have considered this axis as the 0, 0 axis. So whichever axis we find out, we will consider that axis as 0, 0 axis. Okay. So this is our elemental strip, and the distance of this elemental strip, say for example, this distance as say y dash. Okay. Now these are the things that are required to be done. And now considering the first part, in the first part, what we will be doing is we have to see the limit of y dash. The limit of y dash, limit of y dash, because you can see this y is lying in the along the depth, and depth, total depth is h. So now if while integrating this, like moment of inertia about x dash, and the formula is integral of uh, y dash into dA. So here this dA is the area of this elemental strip, and dA can be written as b multiplied by dy. So this becomes b into dy. Okay. And the distance of CG or centroid of this elemental strip is y dash. So this is the formulation of this moment of inertia about x dash. So in this case, now what we can do is we have to first set the limit. Now, if I write limit 0 to h, what will happen? It will consider, I mean, the limit will start from here and it will take half h by 2 and plus half h by 2. While you can see this plus half h by 2 doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. So therefore, considering limit minus h by 2 to plus h by 2, then it will consider the whole rectangle because our 0, 0 is this one. So this is very important while taking the limits. Where is your axis about which you are supposed to find out moment of inertia? Had we supposed to find out moment of inertia about this axis, in that case limit would be different. Okay, so that we will see when we will be solving part B. So here, first of all, we have to solve part A. And in this, we have to find out moment of inertia about x dash. So this will be y dash square into dA. And this becomes, now solving this, that we will see first. Uh, So I was just explaining you the concept, what we are supposed to do. I have already solved the solution. So here the differential strip we have taken here, the thickness is dy dash and the distance is y dash, and the limit that we are supposed to take, limit of y dash will be minus h by 2 to plus h by 2. That is already explained here. So this axis is considered as 0, 0. Okay, so now applying the formula for moment of inertia about centroidal axis. So this is the formula that we have seen in the previous parts. So here dA can be replaced as b into dy, because you can see this is b multiplied by dy dash. So replacing it and applying the limit, we can have final formulation like this. And further solving it, we can write this as here. So you can see b is constant. You can see b is constant here. The variable is y dash. So this becomes our formula. Now, if we further try to solve it, so this becomes uh, y cube, y dash cube by 3, and the limit is h by 2 minus h by 2. Now further if we solve it, it become, I'm giving the solution here. After further solving it, so putting the value h by 2 cube by 3 minus, sorry, it will be minus h by 2 cube by 3. Now solving this value, we get bh cube by 12. When we solve this formula, we get bh cube by 12, and that is the moment of inertia about its centroidal x-axis. So now solving it, we get 1 by 2 bh cube. So this is the moment of inertia about centroidal x-axis. Now we will solve the second part. Now in the second part, it is asking the axis xb. Now you can see xb is passing through the base of the rectangle. Now we have to find out moment of inertia about this base this time. So this time what will be the changes? The changes will be that the limit in terms of limit. So this time limit will start from 0 to h. So that is the changes here. And also, as you can see, this axis can be considered as unknown axis. And as you know, we have already found the centroidal axis moment of inertia. We can apply parallel axis theorem also. So now we will move to part 2. So here, the moment of inertia about an axis passing through the base of the rectangle can be obtained by using the above result of part A, like, because as I said, in case of parallel axis theorem, we are required to have moment of inertia about centroidal axis. So that is what we have already calculated in part A. So using that result, we can apply parallel axis theorem here. So in the parallel axis theorem, now the unknown axis can be considered as xb, and the parallel axis passing through the centroid to this axis will be considered as x dash. And now applying the formula for parallel axis theorem, the formula will be here ix dash plus a dy square. So this value we have already calculated in the previous part, that is part A. So putting the value directly here, so this becomes bh cube by 12 plus, now what is the area? Area is the area of rectangle. So rectangle has width b and h, so area is b into h, and dy square is basically the perpendicular distance. So this distance between the parallel axis passing through the centroid and the axis about which we have to find out the moment of inertia. So this is our dy. So this dy is actually h by 2. So putting the value here, we get bh cube by 3. So that is the moment of inertia about the base. And you can see moment of inertia about the base of rectangle is higher than the moment of inertia about its centroid. And it is very easy. You can even imagine that. If I give you an example, for example, this is, say for example, this is the phone and this is basically a rectangle. Okay, now this time we are supposed to find, I mean in part A we have calculated moment of inertia about this centroidal axis. So if I rotate this phone about centroid, it will be rotating like this. Okay, now in the second part where we are supposed to find out moment of inertia about the base, so in that case, what we are supposed to do is, now we have to rotate this phone. I mean, I'm rotating this phone about this axis. So this about this bottom axis. So I will be required more effort to rotate the whole body about its base. So that is what is explained here. 1 by 3 bhq. Similarly, now we will obtain the moment of inertia about the z-axis, which is perpendicular to the x-axis. So you can see x-axis, y dash axis, and the z-axis will be something like this. This is our z-axis. So we already know that according to perpendicular axis theorem, the polar moment of inertia, say I am representing this as J naught, it will be the sum of I x bar plus I y bar. So this I x bar we have already calculated in part A. Now we have to find out I y bar, which means this time we have to imagine, I mean now we have to find out moment of inertia about this y axis. So this time y axis, this becomes 0 0. Okay, this becomes 0 0, and say this time we have to make a strip parallel to y axis, which will be having differential thickness dx. Okay, and the length equals to h. So we will apply the same procedure that we have done in part A by changing the axis. In part A, we have considered axis x dash. To find out I y dash, we have to consider this, and we have to change the strip which will be parallel to the y-axis, because that is what we are supposed to find out. So the formula, like in part A, the formula for ix, I mean this I bar x dash, sorry, was bh cube by 12 as per part A. Similarly, if we have to find out I bar y, it will be HB cube by 12. So this is your exercise. What you can do is you can find out moment of inertia about y-axis and verify that this value will be, the value will be HB cube by 12. So if we know the value of Ix dash, Iy dash, then we can find out polar moment of inertia, which is the sum of Ix and Yy. So here, as I said, that it will be basically interchanging the value, and therefore the polar moment of inertia will be Jc bar is equals to Ix dash plus Iy dash. So putting the value here, and we can have moment of inertia about z x-axis as bh by 12 in the bracket h square plus b square. So that is the moment of inertia about polar axis. So in the next part, we will solve another example. Thank you.